Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Really good. Yeah, we're good.
How are you feeling with the second season of gars-là just on the horizon?
Listen, it's fun. We're happy that the CRTC and the Quebec government let us do it.
They were going to shut you down?
Shut us down.
They always try to shut Sam down.
Always. They always, but it's never going to happen. No, we're really excited. You know, we worked hard on season 2, and we had so much fun doing it, so much fun writing it, and I feel like it comes across on the screen, and we got more experience, you know, this year than we did last year in every which way. So now we have this shorthand when we speak on the set, and when Simon tells me to stop goofing around, and when the rest,
which is quite often,
which is every single minute.
Yeah.
And with the rest of the crew, you know, we have such an amazing crew, and the results are always great because of our team. We have an incredible team. So.
Talk a bit about your thoughts on, like, you know, this is really it's kind of historic. I mean, it hasn't really happened before to have someone like Sammy starring in a series here, and the public really liked it. Didn't seem to be at all hung up on that fact. What do you think about the fact that it did so well, even though it's quite unusual?
Well, I think as a country, I think we're there. I think it's the new reality of the population, and I think people are. I don't know. With this show, we have the confirmation that people are ready for this.
Where have we come as a society? Where have we ended up when this is what we're ready for?
Yeah. Didn't someone say if the future of Quebec is Sugar Sammy, then Quebec has no future?
Yes. Hello, Mathieu Bocoté. I want to say.
No, but I think, you know what, I go, sometimes I go with Sam in NDG or go in more English Montreal, and some people recognize me, and they talk to me about the show. They've never listened to a French show before, and they watch our show. And it's a great feeling. It's a great feeling.
I think for a long time there was an argument, and I remember it used to bother me when there were a lot of people who'd write about, like, sociologists or people in the media who'd say, you know, anglophones aren't embracing Quebec culture. They don't know who the Quebec stars are and the Quebec TV shows, and they don't know all the. And the argument for me was always like, you know, give them something they can relate to, and then they'll get there. And for us, I think that's one of the sources of pride for our show. It's like we find it's the first time that anglophones and allophones are watching something on French television, and it's amazing, you know, besides hockey. And we actually have a great time with that. Yeah, it's true. We were walking down the street, and I think Simon's probably one of the most recognized Quebecois stars on the Anglo side right now.
And you know what? There is some English in our show, but it's not mostly English. It's mostly French. So there is English-speaking people that watch our show, even though 90% of it is in French. But they have Sam to relate to, and they have something to relate to. Then they just make the effort to understand the rest of the show.
Yeah, and I find it's also become a reality, I think, these days. A friendship between a guy like Simon and a guy like me is not something that's unusual in Montreal. It's probably the reality. I think a lot of people always say, you know, that artists influence society, and I think most of the time I feel like we reflect what's going on out there more than we influence it. You know, I feel like this is a reflection of what's going on in Montreal right now, and in the rest of Quebec soon. You're going to see these kind of friendships and these kind of relationships develop without it being an issue, without even it being, you know, something that's talked about. I mean, right now it's considered unusual, but at some point I think it'll be normal, you know.
Yeah, and I made many friends on internet that are in ISIS. What is that? I'm not sure what it is, but they're very nice. They want me to come over there, so to see them.
Maybe you want to stay here.
Maybe I want to stay here.
Thanks for doing this, guys.
Hey, thank you very much.
Thank you.